The coroner thinks the broad was whacked using the army morphine. Don't say anything, Roy. Just get over there.
What's with that getup of yours, anyway? I should start introducing us as Detective Earl, and this is my science teacher, Mr. Phelps.
Your interest in my appearance is starting to get me worrying.
Like it or not, we're a dysfunctional couple now. People judge me with you on my arm same way they would a fat broad with a 5 o'clock shadow.
Whoa.
I really hope you're joking, Roy.
You might hear an echo, but I'm using the bad mic.
Got a stakeout down on 2nd later tonight.
I'm using the garbage mic, so there might be an echo.
You're the reason
Wait.
brothers and sisters shouldn't marry.
Hmm? Wait. Let's make sure.
Seem distracted. We recovered the morphine. Some of it might be unaccounted for, so what? That's life. We did our job.
Closing one case opens another.
Do you have any idea what is really going on while we're wasting our time following this stuff?
Are you going to tell me?
The deals being done right now will change the face of LA forever, and we're wasting our time on some hump.
Someone's little girl.
Visit the morgue at the end of the month
What do
when
you
the
mean by
John and
hump?
Jane Does are cremated. They're percentages. The odds for and against lightning striking.
Any Central unit of 484 just
Who's this
occurred,
pimp you speak
3155
of?
West 4th.
Who's a pimp? Who is mistreating women? Let's do one of these side missions. I feel like they're all gonna be spawning down there, and then the game's gonna finish, and I'm gonna get the
Unit
trophy.
to handle code 3 identify.
I want this yellow car too. But yeah, I feel like they keep spawning down there now. Hey, buddy. He's gonna hit me? You're under, he's stuck on me. Dude, you're under arrest. Can you steal cars in this game?
Police emergency, out of the car.
Oh, you can. I've never done that before. I guess it just counts as commandeering the vehicle. And now I'm seeing, I guess each desk, the cases you get, the cases you get are connected. Dude, this is gonna be a long freaking drive. Like long, like whatever you're imagining, double that. But this thing is nowhere near me. And then I have to come back up. Yeah, I feel like these, like the, what's the word? The cases, not the cases, these side things are in order. And since I haven't been doing them, I'm still getting the ones from down here because we used to do missions down here, and now that we changed departments, they're still down here because I haven't gotten these ones yet. And then once you finish these ones, it'll come up top. I'm assuming that's what's happening. I don't know why they would spawn these missions so far away from me. Goodness. Yeah, and I can't really tell the difference between the... Whoa. I can't really tell the difference between the cars. Like, I just know this one's fast.
What are you doing?
Because it's yellow. And the little front bumper part. But is that a good car? I don't know.
Look where you're going!
I wasn't looking. Okay, I'm gonna look down. Notice I'm crashing as I'm looking at stuff. But yeah, like, I think you're supposed to... No. There's like secret cars or something. And then you take them and then that's it. You use it that one time. I don't know the trophy for that, but I'm gonna start taking those now. When I feel like it. Jeez. I was gonna go down there. I think that pole was not movable. Like it might have been a cement one. Why did I do this? Whoa. Where am I? And look how the streets are. Why are they all going down? Like none of them are facing towards... Where am I? Huh? Wait. I'm here. And I'm going there. Is this halfway? Or am I closer to the... I'm still closer to the mission. Dude, F this. Like, I'm here. The mission's there. I'm here. And the side mission is... here. And there's no, like, fast route. It just turns and turns. Whatever, we already started this. Now you guys have to suffer. Yeah, I don't know about this one. They're not bad, it's just this distance. And then the streets. Like, I was wondering why I was never on a street facing towards the icon. Like, there aren't. I don't think there's planes in this game. Whoa.
Thank God we're not in my car.
Well, I'm at the edge of the map. The edge of the world. Yeah, I'm not doing this again. Nope. Unless they transfer us back down here or something. I'm not doing another one of these side missions. They're too far away. Look at this, I'm driving away from it to turn. Whoa. Wait. Not really. I think I have to turn. I have to turn here. I thought there was a highway. I was like, thank God. Yeah, there's no highway. It's just city streets. So just turn. And all this traffic. I let's see what the mission is. This better be funny or interesting. What is it?
You gotta help me, officer, please!
Slow
The
down.
Badger game?
What happened?
I was just walking along, not bothering nobody. And these punks jumped me. They knocked me across my mouth and took my money.
How long ago was this?
Jeez.
Not more than 20 minutes ago, mister. They went that way, down the alley there.
Wait here.
I don't know how I feel about this. Being... Whoa.
Fleeced you, sucker.
Son of a bitch is taking the car!
Shit, come on, let's get after him.
Why
Wake
is
up,
it...
Cole.
Why would he want to steal a cop car during not so good for black people times? Maybe he could sell it? I don't know. Alright, let's see where they start me. So, I mean, not start, but... Yeah, start me when I'm done this mission. So I'm down here. Next to the police station. Okay, let's see where they put me when I'm done with this. I don't know why I can't drive. I'm gonna say it's because I have the mic on. Because I can drive when I'm not talking. Of course you're driving away from the mission. Whoa. Oh, that's him making that noise. Whoa. Is he crazy? And Cole? Is Cole the guy? I'm not Cole, am I? Whoa! Why did my car go to hell?
Now, wasn't that a stupid thing to do?
What the hell was that? Oh, it started back at the mission? I mean, I guess. Because we kind of went in the wrong direction. Yeah, right back where we started. $18. I need to do 2 more of those. The trophies for doing, I think there's 2. There's one for doing all, and one for doing 20. Yeah, and actually I only saw the 21. Maybe there's a trophy for completing everything. But, I'm just gonna go for the 20. So 2 more times. At least it's close. It's not like I only did 12 or 6. I think the ride is longer when you're complaining. Ooh. And these wheels, like butter. This is the full speed. My foot's all the way down. It's kind of fast. It doesn't feel fast, like way faster than the cop car we have now. I don't know how to remember their names. I'm pretty sure his name is Cole, but no, Cole's me. What's this guy's name that's in the car with me? But you guys even saw it in Persona. I can't remember the guys' names in there either. And there's no main girl in this, so I'm not gonna remember their names. You know what game I want to play? That Uncharted spin-off thing. Where it's the... What is she? Middle Eastern woman and the... African-American woman. I want to play that when The Last of Us 2 comes out. I'm gonna be like, oh well, here we go. An actual no, I think it's good. Yeah, I don't want to say it's good. I don't know what it is. Traffic. And this guy. I think I've seen all of the Uncharted, not Uncharted, all of the what the hell is that game called? The Last of Us 2 leaks. I saw all of them. I read everything. Yep, it's exactly what I thought it was. You sound really quiet. If what's good? I'm using the bad mic. I don't have my good mic on. I'm streaming straight from the Ps4 right now. So I'm using the garbage mic to plug into the controller. Although I could use a good one, but then yeah, it's a bunch of wires. Like the wire is really long. Oh, what's good? Wait, what's good? What was I saying? Oh, the DLC for Uncharted. I can't go in the store now because I don't have the Elgato. The one with the two women as the main characters. But I'm assuming that's better than whatever The Last of Us 2 will be. The Last of Us 2 looks like
Second
mega
floor.
duty.
Apartment 6, in the back.
Thanks.
Apartment 6 in the back. Apartment 2? Huh? 4? There are stairs. Oh, I guess upstairs. Oh, it's an apartment building. 8. Who the hell numbered this? 7. And this is 6? So they're counting inwards even from the second
you made
floor?
homicide.
That I did. Good to see you, Phelps.
You two want a hug? Or can we get on with it?
Relax, Rusty.
They even look alike.
26 years old, fashion model. Found in the tub by the cleaning lady, Mrs. Reynoldson.
Oh, because it's the
She
body.
called it in.
We heard Carruthers thinks...
Carruthers likes to make work for people. Overdose of sleeping pills. Falls asleep in the tub. Rest in peace. Case closed.
Here, here. Mal is 100% that it's murder.
Do you mind if I take a look around?
Sure. Go right ahead.
Oh, and I'm here because it's drugs. SJW shit. It was okay. The thing. It just seemed weird. Like, it was like the first game was about saving the world and all this, and the second one's about her
Phelps?
girlfriend.
Mal, we've had a look around. Rusty thinks it's a waste of time. What's your theory?
Come on, Mal. Tell us why we were dragged down here.
If the victim was alive when she entered the tub, water would have entered her lungs. The water is violently churned in the windpipe as she drowns. The result is that a lot of foam is generated. This foam is found at the mouth and nostrils in almost all cases of real drowning. Notice anything about our Vic?
May I took a look?
Be my guest.
Oh, so she didn't drown in the tub. She was placed in the tub.
Take a closer look at her head and neck.
And she has bruises. Or rashes. Could be a rash.
Very unusual ring.
Could be wrong, but it looks like a black sapphire.
Or bite marks? Why is he not commenting on the arm? There we go.
Bruising on the forearms, and these look like bite marks.
Yeah.
Good.
And broken fingernails. And her neck.
Her neck is bruised pretty badly.
The eyes are a classic sign of morphine, and the bruises tell their own story. I think one man held her down and another held her arm and injected her. They put her in the bath to try to cover it as a drowning.
And spread a trail of barbiturates.
Take a look around outside on your way out and see if you can find the syrettes. It would make my theory.
And morphine would have been very quick, and there wouldn't have been much of a struggle.
Okay, so find two guys who recently bought syrettes and weren't junkies, and you might be onto something.
Mm-hmm. Inconclusive.
I don't think this is going to help us.
Quality English smoking jacket. I don't know anyone under 45 who would wear one.
A smoking jacket? Oh yeah, I guess you'd put the jacket on to go smoking, so the smoke stays there.
Looks like barbiturates.
Barbiturates. I've never heard that word before.
Barbiturates.
More.
What else is rattling around in this thing? We should speak to a doctor. Prescribing both drugs would make her life a roller coaster.
You can't talk to him? Okay.
I'm Detective Phelps. I'm here to try and help Julia. Do you mind answering some questions?
Smoking jacket you put on when it's cold out, and you were doing was having a smoke.
I feel like there's something I should be doing, someone I should call.
We can make those calls, ma'am. Who needs to be notified?
That's just it. I don't know. Miss Julie doesn't have any family in town. Someone has to set her affairs in order. Mr. Henderson, maybe? Who else is there? I don't know.
If you give the details to the other detectives, ma'am, they can try and get in contact.
Victim's state of mind. This lady's 54, I guess.
Was Miss Randall depressed about something? Upset?
No more than normal.
What was that? And we wouldn't know, so we can't accuse anything. Bad cop. I hate doing these.
Would she have killed herself for a man?
Miss Julie would never have killed herself. She was a very determined young lady. One of those people who shake the tree for all it's worth.
Wrong.
Did Miss Randall have many friends?
That's where I get them the most wrong with girls.
I'm not sure. I only
Any
come around
female.
twice a week.
Like, what is this? She's lying. And then I click the button and it's not.
Men friends, Mrs. Reynoldson. Spill it.
I will not spread gossip about Miss Julia. She was very nice to me.
I don't care if she was the Virgin Mary sister. Who was she humping? You changed the sheets.
You're disgusting. If you're going to take that tone, I won't answer any more questions.
Wrong again.
What was it like working for
I
Miss
knew
Wright?
it.
Perfectly fine, officer.
She's lying. She just lied. I don't know. It looks like she's lying with the darting eyes all over the place. And then I click a button and it's not. I think I got every question wrong here. Yeah, once there's a female, wrong. I'm just gonna get everything wrong. It's a good cop, I don't know.
Do you do the housekeeping on a regular basis?
Twice a week since Miss Julie moved here from New York.
I know you're trying to protect Julia and Mrs.
Zero.
Reynoldsson, but it won't help us solve the case. Julia can't be hurt anymore.
Wrong again.
Stefan, Rusty, we'll take a look around outside and then follow up these leads. Can you get some guys to run down the jacket?
You think Carruthers has called it right?
He rarely gets it wrong.
I don't know. I'm with Galloway. I've met enough girls in my time who can't handle their dope.
Are those real birds or in the game birds? I'm hearing birds. Summertime is almost here. Summer's so trash. That's why I never want to go to Mexico. Like, it has to be hell. Yeah, might as well. They're closed? Somewhat. Yeah, it's not even that far. But wait. I had to get a water. I'm unhealthy. And I drink too much soda. Then I gotta rinse it out. Well, you think a girl who lives in a house like that could handle her dope if someone kills her? This game seems dope as fuck. Is there any combat? Yeah, the game's pretty cool. Like, really, 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 really cool. I just don't like the part that I'm at now. Like, you switch... It's not a spoiler, but you switch desks. I think like 3 or 4 times, and whenever you switch desks, you go into different departments. Each department...
Galloway, quite the little reunion in there. Almost brought a tear to my eye.
They're good police.
How would you know? You got promoted so fast you barely had time to learn their names.
Yeah, promoted.
Let me fill
not
you
switched.
in. Bukowski's a pushover. Galloway's a drunk.
You could learn a thing or two from both of them.
Please. They couldn't work a vice case if their life depended on it.
I don't see why they'd be any better or worse at it than me.
I noticed you said better. Hubris disguised as humility. Kind of your trademark, don't you think?
Why do you always twist everything? Galloway's got nothing to prove. He's been on homicide for years.
And he's welcome to it. You're a terrier, Phelps, and that's what I need. Not some old bulldog who can't get up a flight of stairs without coughing off his lunch.
Whoa. So yeah, you switch departments, and each of them have different cases they do. And some of them are better than others. The one I'm at now, I guess it's okay. It's not really, drugs. Like, What's that dot on the map? It's never like, oh man, this guy's doing drugs and he's crazy and he's all hopped up. Anyone we see that's on drugs is like dead. Yeah, everyone we've seen so far that's been on drugs has been dead. We haven't seen a live drug body yet. A live junkie, I mean. Not that I can remember. What is this? Let's go. Let's go, Barnacle Boy. And there's their combat. Yeah, they're shooting. That's what I'm saying. I thought this one... Or there is another desk. I kind of looked at a table of content thing for this game. And there's one more after this. Like another desk thing. And I'm hoping one of them is like... No, I think we already finished like a bank people. Like bank robberies or whatever. I don't know. The game's good. Get it. And it's not expensive. There's supposed to be a car here. A rare car. I think that's what the question marks are for. Wow, just waste my time, huh? Yeah, I don't see anything. I see a trash can. No, it's right here. Hidden vehicle. It's like in the back. I think it's this area. I don't got the car, man. It better be here somewhere. There's not even a vehicle here, though. I feel like all the white people at my school liked this game. So you might like it. I think you're white. Where is this damn... Oh, here? Rare vehicles can be found hidden in secure lockups. Across the city, look for blue doors marked Angel City Security. So now what?
What do you think?
What are we missing?
What is this?
Let's go back to the apartment.
Oh, wow. Like, is this a good car? Is this a truck? Not a truck, but like a big piece of... Oh, the door opened backwards. So it's definitely not regular. Cadillac town car. I swear they're all Cadillacs. I haven't seen a... Whoa. I haven't seen a Aventador yet, or a Bugatti. You know, real cars. It feels heavy. Like, it feels horrible. It feels like I'm driving a tank. Maybe he's got a V8. Has Wings streamed at all? I don't see any of his stuff anymore pop up in my feed. What the hell? Are these streets? I'm tripping. Dead air. Keep LA safe, drive safely. Eat shit. Yeah, I might do 2 cases in this part. I'm trying to do 2 cases in this part. We will see. It seems to be about 1 hour each. Dr. Stoneman's practice. 3:16 p.m. Yeah, this game has punchy combat and gun combat and cover-based shooting. It's not here. Hmm? You come in the building right at like what is this? Right into the rooms? There's no front desk or anything? Like, where are we supposed to be going? Do we have a room number? No, we just got the prescription. We don't have a room number. There's definitely not going to be any
If we
close.
locked up every doctor in this town, Vice would be able to work half days.
What's his name? Prescription, of course, of amphetamines made out to Julia Randall. Benzodrin prescription. There's no doctor name. Oh, Stoneman.
Here, Stoneman, office 505.
I get stuck. I got stuck in the corner.
Yes, sir, your name?
LAPD. We'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you like to wait?
No, we wouldn't. Tell him we want to see him now.
There's no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr. Stoneman, I have some gentlemen from the LAPD here to see you.
Send them in, please. I'll see this patient again after they've left.
Your investigation is much more important than my sciatica.
Wait a second. I want some chips.
Just in pain here. Leave me alone.
Yeah, what's that? Sciatica? Googling. Sciatica. Lumbar. Severe pain that radiates along the sciatica nerve.
We got things to do.
From the lower back, the butt, the legs. The lower back pain butt part. I don't know, I thought he was a dentist.
Dr. Stoneman, we are investigating the death of one of your patients, Julia Randall.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Ms. Randall?
If it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege, Detective.
How well did you know Miss Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
You didn't like her, did you?
It wasn't a question of like, Detective. She was incredibly beautiful. When you looked in her eyes, you knew how a mouse felt before a snake. Not an ounce of warmth there.
You wrote Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to control her weight.
Benzedrine is addictive, as I'm sure you know, Doctor.
As I warned her, but she was determined. She said she needed it to control her appetite.
Sounds like you knew her pretty well.
I knew the line of work she was involved in.
Do you know where Miss Randall worked?
I have my patient's home address and next to kin. That's as far as it goes.
We are investigating a murder, Doctor. You can either read whatever else is on that card, or I can reach over and take it from you.
There is such a thing as confidentiality, officer.
Not for a dead woman lying on her bathroom floor, there isn't. You want to obstruct me? I'll subpoena your patient records.
Clothing store. 6582 Hollywood Boulevard, Hollywood.
That'll be all for now, Dr. Stoneman. We'll be in touch.
The old boy is lying.
About what?
I don't know. He looked relieved when you said she was dead. That's a strange reaction to have to the death of a young patient.
Have you noticed how croakers only pull out the physician-patient privilege card when they got something to hide?
There are certain things people have a right to keep private.
Until it gets in the way of police work. And it's only private when it suits them. A couple of drinks and every doctor I've met will spill your darkest secrets in a heartbeat.
Help me out.
You want to go digging around in drains trying to support Mal's theory? You go ahead. I'm not getting my hands dirty.
This is all top end of town stuff. Gives us somewhere to look. Beautiful girl. Clothes certainly aren't from the Sears catalog. There's been a modeling assignment. It's a place to start.
What are you doing?
Nice survival.
Christ! You're doing this on purpose. Look where you're going!
Well, hello. What can I help you with today?
LAPD, ma'am.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
She was found dead this morning. How long had Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
Could you tell us why you let Miss Randall go?
Husbands sometimes come in here with their wives. When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses. The wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Did she have any close friends here?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer. Heather, these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here. She's not in any kind of trouble, is she?
She's a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, a wonderful company.
That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to
I'm
me.
very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look? That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune. He must really love you. How did you meet Julia?
I was introduced through my fiancé, Henry Arnett.
Henry is your beau. Tell us about it.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
Are Miss Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
She was wearing a sapphire engagement ring. Someone must have given it to her.
She never mentioned a man named Henderson to me.
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe it. She was so full of life.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Any messages?
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Please, thank you. Al?
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
Nice move not telling old Sweet Lips in there about her friend taking the big jump till we were half out the door. Very slick.
I figured we'd get more out of her that way.
You're learning, Phelps. We'll make a vice cop out of you yet.
Cole, Roy, I have some information for you.
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
I found 2 syrettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening, Mal.
No sign of morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
Sorry, I don't play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine. Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over. They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mal. Thanks for the lead. Hey, Cole, let's get moving.
Any ideas?
We should see what we can shake out of our net while we got him in the interview room.
So what next?
We should see what we can shake out of our net while we got him in the interview room.
Arnett is in interview too, Phelps. Go help him get whatever it is off his chest.
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry. It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia.
How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
And you were close?
We were friends.
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Spill it, Henry. You know nothing about a man named Henderson?
Yes, you're right. Henderson, yeah. Very distinguished.
How about a first name, wise guy? An address, maybe?
I'm sorry, I don't. I think he lives somewhere out of town. Somewhere back east.
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
So you wouldn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julie Randall's murder?
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Heather told us that you were in fashion.
That's right.
Hey, can you give me a hand? I got a hard case I need to break.
You're some kind of traveling salesman?
Once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
Sure. I'm proud of it. Fighting 6th.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
Which company?
Various companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which engagements?
Okinawa. A couple of other places.
That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
That son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.
He's in that car at the lights.
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
I'd have expected a cad like Arnett to be a better liar.
Where are you taking us, Henry?
Can you quit driving like a jackass already?
That idiot never stepped foot in Okinawa.
He needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Too much slack. He needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
It's him. The cop. What's he doing?
He needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
That's right, Mexico City. One-way ticket, please. Next available seat.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be.
LAPD, the man who just came in here, he bought a ticket?
Yes, sir, to Mexico City, tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
What have you got?
He bought a ticket for Mexico City, tomorrow night.
That's good, but this is better.
Oh my God, it's Fabergé.
Should have seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over. The guy who owned the joint thought it was worth at least 10 large for a cigarette case. Arnett only got 600 clams.
Car 11K, 11 King, come in.
Go ahead, KGPL.
11K, go to Hollywood Station. Homicide detectives Bukowski and Galloway have information relating to the Randall case.
Roger, KGPL. 11K, en route.
Car 11K, car 11 King, come in.
Car 11 King, go ahead.
R&I reports the last arresting officer for DOA Jimmy LeBlanc was Patrolman Fred Wallace. He was working a shift on Hollywood 9th Beat, Sunset Boulevard between Gordon and Wilcox.
Car 11K, en route.
A one-way ticket to Mexico. Old Henry's look...
What's his motive?
I can think of a few, but I'd put my money south of the belt. One guy plus two dames always equals problems.
Come on, let's give him a hand.
Right behind you, Wallace. Detective Phelps.
Wallace, go left. I'm going right after this little prick in the alley.
Throw out the guns.
I got you now, motherfucker!
Give me some goddamn cover!
Holes in you, asshole!
Take cover, you lunatic.
Find some cover!
Hi, you motherfucker!
Thanks. Outstanding warrant, armed robbery. Knocked over a drugstore back there, and it looks like he brought his whole posse with him. Bad luck for them.
They're all yours now. We need some information.
Ever heard of a burglar goes by the name of Jimmy LeBlanc?
Sure. We nabbed Jimmy on a burglary beef a couple of years back. They cut through a music shop and into a jewelry store. He got 4 years. I miss his partner, though.
His partner?
Big guy. I had him cornered, and he picked up this huge display case and threw it out a plate glass window. Then he vaulted out of there like something out of Barnum and Bailey.
Got away.
I would have had him, except for LeBlanc yelling, "Run for it, Willie!"
And you think he was an acrobat of some sort?
More like a strongman, a wrestler, or a boxer, that kind of thing.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
You haven't done too badly yourself.
You're suggesting LeBlanc is still working with Willie?
A strong man held down Randall while someone administered the morphine. Someone with muscle opened up LeBlanc's skull. Could be. What now? Advice?
What are we missing?
Let's go back to the apartment.
Mal will be pleased.
Well, that's hardly conclusive, given the number of those things we've come across recently.
The autopsy will confirm it one way or another.
I think our work is done here.
I'm at a loss.
Every career burglar has his name or his work on a daybook somewhere, Cole. Let's get back to the station.
We caught up with Mal. He's given us the dope on LeBlanc. He worked burglaries with a big guy. Goes by the name of Willie. He might be our killer. Can you work boxing gyms, the Y, promoters, that kind of stuff?
Since when have you started giving orders, Phelps? And where's the burglary angle? There was no sign of a...
That's where Arnett comes in. Next stop, we speak to Lacey about a list of recent burglaries.
The guy's a bum. His office is a front, and he's behind on the rent and his phone bill.
And he's skipping town tomorrow.
Let's get him in and beat it out of it.
Do you want to bring in the killer, Rusty?
You could be too smart for your own good, Phelps. We've been talking about that, haven't we, Roy? Stefan?
Finbar?
Sir, I need the contraband list. Items stolen over the last year.
Hang on, I'll dig out a copy for you. Here you go.
Thanks.
Is the cigarette case on there?
Even the engagement ring was purloined. Arnett is a cad.
Julia Randall's ring.
It's here. It's here. Arnett must be out of his mind trying to move this while under a murder cloud. Seems Julia wasn't the first bored society girl to hide her bennies in that pillbox. So you and Rusty have been having discussions. Anything you would like to tell me, partner?
Phelps, don't be so touchy. Rusty had his best ever clearance rate working with you. Even if the cases he worked on can't be discussed. We were just comparing notes. You're a Booneroo case man, Phelps.
This car cost me a fortune, you moron!
Thanks.
You gotta learn to take a compliment, Phelps. A hopped-up model, a cad, and a circus freak. Only in L.A.
Fairy tales of the rich and famous.
More like pathetic tales of the desperate to be rich and famous. Junkie Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Arnett, LeBlanc, and Willie.
Don't you go putting the pieces together again before they fit, Phelps. Listen to your old pal Rusty. Or should I say Finbar?
I wouldn't call him that if I were you.
What do you care? It doesn't sound like you're the top of his Christmas card list.
He gives everyone a hard time. That's just how he is.
Whatever gets you through the day, Cole.
Nice house.
LAPD, ma'am. Is Mrs. Eavestrom in?
She is. Would you follow me, sir?
I am Mrs. Eavestrom. How may I help you?
We appear to have recovered some stolen goods that belong to you, ma'am.
Yes, of course. That terrible burglary. Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you, ma'am. We have some questions, if you don't mind.
Why would I mind, young man, if you are returning 43 pieces of my property?
Okay, before we get down to that, I'll have a scotch. Thanks, straight up.
Maria, can you get the detective a drink, please?
Can you describe to us what was stolen?
It would be easier to describe what wasn't stolen, Detective. A priceless tiara that has been in the family for 50 years. A Fabergé cigarette case that was worth $25,000.
Why are you lying about the value of your jewelry, Mrs. Eavestrom?
Who do you think you are, making heinous accusations in my own home? Young man, you are being quite diabolically rude. If that's all, I would like you out of this house.
What can you tell us about the burglary?
That terrible night, at least a year ago. But let's not go into that. Let's talk about what you've recovered.
Were you in the house when the burglary took place?
Good heavens, no. I was at a social function held by a Dr. Harold Stoneman and his lovely wife. I returned home and all of my things were missing.
That's about it for now, Mrs. Eavestrom. The department will get in touch and let you know how you can recover your valuables.
You've only mentioned a few of the items that have been stolen, Detective. What else has been recovered?
You see, Phelps? That's why you get the drinks in early.
Hello, Mother. Hello, detectives. What is going on?
We'd like to ask exactly the same question.
You have met my daughter?
This morning at work. Oh, Mother and Father divorced. I took my father's name.
The detectives recovered some of the things that were stolen, darling.
Well, what did you find?
A sapphire ring on the corpse of Julia Randall.
What are you talking about?
Your engagement ring, Miss Swanson. Would you be surprised to know that it was part of the proceeds of a burglary?
That's an outrageous allegation.
Yes, it is. I suggest we go straight to Henry Arnett's place and sort this mess out.
The siren, Cole. Use it.
We're missing something here. Arnett is obviously arranging the burglaries.
That's my fiance you're making scurrilous accusations about.
And Randall was obviously his partner.
But neither of them are the type to creep apartments.
You're being ridiculous. Both of you. There's a very good explanation for all of this.
Put a sock in it, sister. You're being played for a patsy and you're not even smart enough to see it.
This is the last time I let you drive my car. Goddamn maniac!
Nearly killed.
What are you doing?
Left and left and left and left again, and I'm right up your ass.
Come on, sister. Let's find out who your fiancé really is.
Welcome, sir. I'm sorry, are you a resident?
LAPD detectives. We're here to speak to Henry Arnett.
Oh, Mr. Arnett? Apartment 30. You can take the lift.
Thank you.
Well, isn't this just nice and awkward?
Stop! LAPD!
Don't kill him, Cole. This guy's our case.
Go on,
Put your hands in the air! Give it up! LAPD! Don't make me chase you!
Looks like he got you good, Phelps.
Yeah, he really packs a wallop. How did I get back here?
Under your own steam, miraculously. You came in through the window, said hello, and then keeled over.
How was Arnett?
He's coming round, too. He's all hopped up. Good time to get some answers.
You missing something, Henry?
Not everything here is going to be relevant. Optimistic, Cole. Doesn't tell me anything. Circumstantial. We know all about the jewelry ring. You and Randall and LeBlanc and Willie doing the legwork.
I'm in the fashion business.
Miss Swanson might be gullible enough to believe your story, Arnett, but I'm not buying. You're involved in a burglary scam, and so was Julia Randall.
I'm a legitimate businessman. I can't speak for Julia.
Why did Reed and LeBlanc kill Julia Randall?
I wanted to stop, to get out of that life. I was going to marry Heather if she'd have me. Julia told the others that they were out, that she was going to create a new gang.
You wanted Julia Randall out of your life.
Why would he want that? Julia was our friend.
Julia was his hump, sweetheart. They were the Bonnie and Clyde of society burglars. He met you and realized he didn't have to steal anymore. He could just mooch from you. He needed Julia out of the way.
Julia was insatiable. She didn't care about anyone, not the least me. She was never going to go back to the poverty she came from. I wanted it to stop.
Who is Henderson, and what is his involvement?
Tell them what you know, Henry. I'll stand by you if you'll only tell the truth.
There is no Henderson.
Give it up, Arnett. You're facing the gas chamber. Give the judge some reason to commute.
You still don't get it, do you? Julia entrapped everyone. She was so beautiful and so goddamn cold.
Henry Arnett, you are under arrest for burglary and for the murder of Julia Randall.
Henderson is Stoneman, all right? I'm not the guy you want. Go talk to the good doctor.
Oh, we will, knucklehead. Meanwhile, we're fitting you for convict stripes.
I'm stumped. Ideas?
Stoneman lied to us. It's time we had another talk with him.
I guess the wedding's off.
He only robbed her mother and killed her best friend. Cut the guy some slack.
So how does the doctor fit in?
That's what we're about to find out. Maybe we should ask him to give you a quick once-over. That meathead gave you one hell of a pasting.
I've had worse.
You should have seen yourself staggering back in there like a drunken sailor.
Next time you can take the runner, Roy.
I didn't box in the Marines, though, did I?
I should have never told you that.
Time for the doctor to give us something to make this all better. Hang on a moment, sister. Tell him it's Henry Arnett. And tell him it's urgent.
I can't do that.
Tell him, or I'll charge you with obstruction of justice.
Doctor, I'm afraid Mr. Arnett is here to see you, and he says it's urgent.
Send him in.
I told you never to come.
Tell us the truth, Doctor.
I'm so glad you came. Prison will be better than insanity, and I'm already half insane with grief. Do you know that I loved her? I ruined my life for her, and yet I still love her.
Will you testify in court that Arnett and Randall did these robberies?
They organized the robberies. Julie would get the names of the guests attending my wife's parties. Didn't matter how much money I showered upon her, it was never enough. She never really cared for me.
Doctor, I'm afraid you're under arrest.
The practice. You'll call Dr. Gerard. No. Please don't cry. I want to see no one. Not my wife or my children, nor my friends. And I don't want a lawyer. Just lock me up and throw away the key. What have I done?
Didn't see that coming.
God.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
I need an ambulance and the coroner immediately to the offices of Dr. Harold Stoneman, 1646 Ivor Street, Hollywood.
En route, Detective. You have a message. Detective Bukowski says the suspect is named Wilson Willie the Wolf Reed, former wrestler. Last known address is an apartment building at the corner of Hollywood and Vine. Detective Bukowski says to meet them there.
On our way. We have an address for the runner.
Let's try and wrap this up then. That old boy really fell for that broad.
She was incredibly beautiful, Roy.
Would you throw it all away for a woman?
Life has a way of making you pay for your pride.
You're quite the romantic, Phelps. Stick with the percentages. Broken hearts are for chumps.
You're talking from experience.
I certainly am. Oh, I like women as much as the next guy. As long as they're in their place and doing what they're told.
He's around here somewhere. A big guy. Neighbors say he always wears basketball shoes and a cream jacket. And get this, the kids around here say he plays the harmonica.
Find the game well and have the commander set up a dragnet. We want the area closed off. We'll take this out of the street.
A harmonica-playing wrestler. That's a weird one. Think he knits as well?
Just keep your eyes open and your mouth shut. We don't want him to bolt on us.
Wait. Cole. You hear that?
He wouldn't be that way.
Wilson Reed, LAPD, give yourself up.
Hold it. He's got to be around here somewhere. No place to go unless he grew wings.
There he is. Waste the son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch really picked a spot for it up here, didn't he? Julia Randall's folks are flying in from New York tomorrow to claim the body. I saw her on the slab. So perfect. Looked like she was made of porcelain. She really made an impression on me.
Julia had that impact on a lot of men.
Christ, it's cold. You guys did good work here today. Roy, I think you should buy your brother officers a drink.
Do you now? That's very generous of you, Lieutenant.